Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy, Crypto Keeper. Hopefully everybody is doing well today. I'm going to keep an eye out. I think there might be a man by the name of Crusader lurking in the background, getting ready to jump on live here. So we'll give him half of a second here. I think he was just doing a couple things in the background right quick. But smash the like if you have not done that already. It's the free thing that you can do to support the stream. I appreciate you all for being here. Let me just give my deepest apologies. Time changes, right? The reality is we have a lot of moving parts with the upcoming season of Trading Wars going on, and that is the driver behind the move to 130. I'm not going to dive into the specifics, but 130 moving forward, that's set. That's not going to change. So I apologize if that screwed up anybody's schedule. We will be moving forward 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm glad to see everybody. And again, my apologies for that. All right. So Crusader is, drum roll, please, about to come on. I don't think he needs me to pull him up, but he'll figure it out here in just a second. He was having a few technical issues in the background there. So thank you guys for all of your continued support. Super excited. We're going to announce today the format for season 3, and it's going to be big. It's going to be real big. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, just wait till we tell you. I'll wait till Crusader comes on so that we can kind of talk through what that format change looks like. But it is going to be super dope. So as you can see scrolling across the bottom, season 3 starting January 15th. We also had to move it back 1 week. So, guys, we want to make sure that when we bring it to you, it is in the most professional, fantastic manner as possible. And we're trying to continue to grow the channel and be smart as we do it. So thank you very much for dealing with us and bearing with us, I should say, as it were, with the new, with the new time, new date. So not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming with that. All right, so let me jump into the chat real quick and say hello. The first one that I see in the stream is Caffeinated Crypto. Says, hola, good to see you, Caffeinated Crypto. I see you, bro. Glad that you are here. Crypto Wanderer says, yo, 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 what up, guys? Good to see you. Perfect day for DCA. Who else we got up in here? We got, let me see. There's a bunch of people chatting. Enrique Suave says, GM. I said, depending on if you're East Coast or not, it could be GAGA for good afternoon for us East Coasters. XR Pete in the house, stacking those XRP bags. Glad to see you. Crypto Pollo, cluck. Crypto Pollo is just trying to figure out, what am I going to do with all this money that I just won on Flipper Hodl? Speaking of that, Flipper Hodl game plan is every single Friday. There might be some Fridays where we have to go to the following week, as we are relying obviously on donation/sponsorship money to be able to run the show. But the game plan is $4,000 this Friday. It could be next Friday, but I think we're going to be able to rock it this Friday. So put in those super chats. If you drop a super chat, every dollar that you put in turns into a name on the wheel. We've got everybody's names on the wheel from, since the last show, and 2 times whatever you put in if you are a member. So make sure to drop those super chats. Dave Digital in the house. Darren Does Things. Scotty Mo. We got a packed house today, so glad to see you. Let me hit this one real quick. Crypto Cowpoke. Greetings from Lipers Fork, Tennessee. I hope you guys will be coming to Bitcoin Miami here in Nashville. I'd love to show you guys my town. Yeah, Crypto Cowpoke. I believe that we always go to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin conference, and it is moved to Nashville from Miami. So I believe that we will be there. At least myself will be there. Hopefully Crusader will be with me. All right, let me kick it off. Let's take a look at the markets. What do we got going on? The global crypto market caps are at, drum roll, please. Well, I think I need to update this. Let me update this real quick. Maybe my computer's running a little slow. I know we've been down. Oh no, this is not right. This is not right. We gotta change this. Here we go. I don't know why it's not loading the entire thing here, because up 3.25% is not correct. Here we go. Bitcoin's at 42,632, down 5.75%. ETH 2208, down 6.76%. BNB, about the only thing that I see green right now, up at $314, up a little bit over a percent. Solana down over 10%, did not hold that $100. We'll talk about that a little bit. XRP taking a smack in the face as well, down 8.5%, 10.5% on the week. Cardano down almost 10%, Avalanche down 11.5%, Dogecoin down almost 11%. Let me check on my beloved VeChain. Let me see here. Let me scroll down here. Got to scroll down. It might have taken a big hit. And hey, I look at that as an opportunity. Yes, almost 10% down at 3.1 cents. So, hey, we're not financial advisors here, but that might be an opportunity to sneak in on some VeChain. And then Caspa, too bad Crusaders not on here to take a little beating from me here. Just drop down back below at number 39. They're down 12.48% at 10 cents. So the markets are shaky, and we're going to talk about why here on the stream today. If you haven't already smashed that like, make sure to do that. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting the stream, been a part of Flipper Hodl, been a part of Trading Wars. I just want to take an extra second to say thank you and Happy New Year. If anybody's new coming in or new to the channel, we appreciate all of the support. Let me see. I think Crusaders internet has been doing something funky. So I'm just going to dive into it. I will get into, make sure you stick around. I will get into what's going on with Trading Wars starting on January 15th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll get into that in just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit of Bitcoin. First of all, why in the heck did Bitcoin price just collapse? Well, let's talk about it. Bitcoin experienced a significant drop today with it plunging to an intraday low of 41,454 on the Bitstamp exchange. Market analysts attribute this sudden decline to speculations about the SEC potentially rejecting several Bitcoin ETF proposals this month. As reported by You Today, Marcus Thielen, an analyst at Matrixport, believes the recent applications might not meet the stringent criteria required for the SEC's much coveted nod. The widely expected listing of prominent Wall Street firms such as JP Morgan as authorized participants for the potential Bitcoin-linked ETFs has fueled optimism for imminent approval. However, the looming possibility of a rejection has cast a shadow over these expectations. Now, let me give you my thoughts on this. If they reject this, I can see, and I want to get Crusaders input on this, but I can see no good reason to flat out reject this other than to continue to slow down the race that is coming. Because when this happens, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about it, we are going to have a big, a large, a huge amount of liquidity coming into these markets. Now, there's going to be a 30 to 60 day lag. I think Bullish Trader mentioned that yesterday in the comments, so shout out to him. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we have got a lot of money that's going to be coming in that otherwise would not be there. Crusader, welcome, good sir. How are you doing?
Terrible.
Are you planning on sticking around? Do we think that we're about to find out?
Yeah.
We're going to learn today. What do you think about this, Crusader? I was just talking about how the ETF approval might not be an approval. Why would
I don't think it was the ETF, that news of Matrixport. I think it was Kramer, bro.
It was the inverse Kramer.
Kramer came out bullish on Bitcoin yesterday, and it was literally the top. The moment that happened, Bitcoin dropped from 45, 46, wherever it was, and went sideways. And then this morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. Everything was still good. Everything was still at 45, give or take. Another nap, woke up, and that thing just imploded.
Yes.
And I'm over exaggerating. Right? It was obviously a massive drop down to like 40,000, and then it had a nice bounce. But man, it was the Kramer, dude. It was the Kramer. I don't think the denial is going to happen. I don't think they're going to get denied. I think they're just, like you said, they're trying to keep things under control. And it's the way the market works. You know how many people were long, right? Long on Bitcoin because they knew the ETF.
Bro, they got liquidated, my friend. And guess who that's good for?
Yeah, 440 million liquidations just overnight, over a few hours today because of that drop. Yep. So that's part of the market, right? They know those things are there. They know people are long. They're like, hey, throw in some FUD, dump the market. We're going to short this bad boy and then drop it down. And then, all right, time to re-up this thing, bring out some positive news. Let's get the first waves of approval and just blow this things off the top again.
Yeah, check out what Bullish said. He says, this is the end of this is funny. He says, it wasn't rejected. It was postponed because ETF assignment issuing to brokers who are going to offer the ETF. Insider info. Don't tell anyone. As he posts it on our live stream. Yes, I heard that as well. And there was something about a second meeting. I think he said something about it as well. Yeah, right here. They needed a second meeting to confirm, but typical BS. It was expected. IPOs do the same crap every single time. And so, yeah, there could just be some technicalities in the background. It could be, you know, like I talked about, the big dogs just trying to make sure that they're fully positioned, that one thing or another, you know, is going well for them, not well for them. It could be exactly what you're saying. Hey, we've got a lot of opportunity to make a bunch of money because everybody's longing right now. Let's bring it back down to earth a little bit before we actually let it skyrocket. I don't know. Lots of speculation out there.
A lot of money to be made on those liquidations, bro. For 440 million to be liquidated, that means somebody made $440 million. Not saying one person,
Right?
but a group of people. It's a zero-sum game. If somebody's losing, somebody else is winning.
Yep.
That's what people need to realize. That's why that happened.
Yep.
A group of people, institutions, whatever, made $440 million this morning on that dump.
Yep. Visionary Vet in the house, good to see you, says many influential rich people have moved cash to USDC. Are they safe? Well, Visionary Vet, stick around. We are going to talk about USDC later on today in the stream. There, if you didn't hear, there was a huge depegging, and we are going to talk about that along with some other, you know, really important things happening in the crypto space.
Darren says that it wasn't 440; it was a 1.2 billion.
Oof.
So, if that's right,
I was just going off the number you threw out there. I hadn't looked into it.
I saw 440 million a while ago, but that could have been before. I don't know.
Visionary Vet says I never sold. Diamond hands, friends.
Diamond hands, baby, all the way.
Diamond hands, baby. Diamond hands. Diamond hands works great until Diamond hands turns into, oh shit, I should have sold and taken some profits until we realize it's not going back up. But yeah, we all know where it's headed in the long term. So sit tight, be strong. You know, there's a lot happening in the crypto space. And I was telling somebody this morning, I said, listen, there is never a guarantee when you're talking about investments. You know, I even threw out there like, hey, you know, let's say it continues to follow the 4-year cycle. We have the election pump that normally happens. We have all of these things that happen on a regular basis, but we got this little thing called a world war happen, right? All of a sudden it just changed. You know, we can have a massive, you know, news event or something happen geopolitically that can totally change things. But the great thing is, most people have lost faith. And I say this is a great thing. It's not really great, but most people have lost faith in our government and in our dollar and the way that we've been handling things. And so people are looking for alternatives. Well, guess what? Crypto is one of those alternatives that's done very well for a lot. Dude, think about the number of people that we know that have become wealthy or rich, whatever you want to call it, right? That otherwise probably never would have been, as a result of believing in something other than the centralized banking system and what old school, you know, traditional finance says works and should do, et cetera. Like we know quite a few people like that, and shoot, it's done really well for us personally. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's going to take some time. It's going to take
that could be us. Because
well, listen, I know for a fact you're holding more than one Bitcoin. And so that, my friend, puts you in a good position.
Yeah, but that Bitcoin better get high real quick. Because if that Bitcoin gets to we're gonna be when a mill is a loaf of bread, it does me no good.
That's a good point. Enrique Suave said, y'all guys had faith in our government and our dollar. I didn't say we did. I said other people are waking up to the fact that they probably shouldn't have said faith in the dollar. So yeah, we'll figure out where it's going. But what we do know and we do believe in, that long term, we know that these crypto markets are going to move forward. There's going to be a lot of assets that are going to change a lot of people's lives.
Is Coinbase still paying 5% for USDC?
It's at least 4%.
When it was 4%.
It's at least 4.25%, but I think it is, and it's at least 4%. Let me say that, because I saw at least 4%. But yes, they are still paying those numbers to hold. You know what they try to do? I was helping somebody set up a Coinbase account, and immediately what it does is it literally fires up now. You know what Coinbase One is?
No. What's Coinbase One?
Coinbase One is like their trade. Like if you want to get on and just trade on Coinbase,
like their regular platform, like
their actual, like
the original platform, the real platform.
Yeah. So what it does when you're setting it up, it just fires you right into that, and it says it'll be $29.99 a month, and then it basically like tries to lead you
$29.99 to use the exchange.
Yes. At $29.99 a month. It does some other stuff too, but the way that it looked, when I looked at it, I grabbed the phone and I looked at it like, hold, wait a minute. You don't have to do that. No, we were just setting up an account. Nope. but it leads you right into it. And if you're new to crypto and you're setting up a Coinbase account, it makes it look like, oh, Coinbase won. This is their, most people aren't going to understand the difference between trading and investing, or not on its face, just that little word difference.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, well, I need to pay $29.99 a month for this. Okay, well, that sucks, but I'll do it. So I'll bet you they're getting people left and right with that.
Let me know in the chat, guys. Is anybody using Coinbase One? This is the first time I've heard about it. I've used Coinbase quite often, and I've never.
Nope, neither have I. I haven't used it either, but I know what it was just from farting around with it a little bit over the last day or two. But yeah, it basically tries to walk you in to doing that. So I don't know, a little interesting tidbit there. So Crypto Fam,
smash those likes. We
got those likes.
30 people, and we don't even have 30 likes.
You said we have very few people and very few likes.
No, I said we have almost 70 people and we don't even have 30 likes.
I thought you said we have very few people and very few likes. Yeah, so at any event, Crypto Fam, let's talk about it. Trading Wars. Crusader, oh no. Did he just freeze again? Yes, my friends, he did. I was about to oh, there you go. Okay, he's back. Let's try to get through this. Let's announce. Let's go ahead and announce right. Do you want to announce it right now? You want to talk about?
Don't make me say anything because I'm going to be freezing here.
He's going to be freezing midstream. All right. So for those of you that have been watching us for any amount of time, we have a show called Trading Wars. It's going to be starting, as you can see, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, January 15th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The old school way, we had two separate teams. We were coming on twice a week, blah, and people were trading. It was fun. It was great. Lots of big names. Boom. Okay. So we're still doing that. We're still having people live trade against each other. It's going to be lots of big names. Season 3, though, however, I've been using the word survive. So people, stand by for this. Check this out. So on Monday, January 15th at 1:30 p.m., we are going to have 10 traders that I guarantee you, every single one of you knows, okay, that is coming on. And we're going to be doing a little different, though. Every single week, we are going to be having 2 people, the bottom 2 people, they're going to get, boop, they're going to be kicked. Now, here's there's a couple catching points here. One, when the 2 bottom people get kicked, one of those 2 people is going to get voted to stay for another round via the audience. The audience is we're going to pull out. We're going to give maybe 5 minutes or so, and you guys are going to vote to keep somebody. Now, when we get to Thursday, obviously the first week this won't happen, but the second week this will happen. The following week on Monday, because we're going to go once a week with the main show. The next week, we are going to have the 8 people that are there. They're all going to compete. And 2 people are going to lose again. One person is going to get saved by the audience. Those 2 people that got saved from the audience are on Thursday going to meet head to head. And basically every Thursday, we're going to have a head-to-head matchup of the people that have been saved to continue to survive throughout this show. And then at the end, whoever ends up winning all the one-on-ones from surviving their, being saved by the audience is going to go in and trade. There will be 3 final people. It'll be a group of 3 people, 3 traders that are going to go head to win this competition. Now, you guys are going to be trading against them. You guys are going to have the opportunity to win money. Some of that's going to be different. We're going to have multiple people that have the opportunity to win money, not just one person, which is really cool. And then we're going to have a little thing called the hot seat. And the hot seat, Crusader, you seem like you're not freezing. You want to explain the hot seat real quick?
The hot seat, El Caliente. Basically, anyone that gets dropped into the hot seat, they're going to have to go through a challenge to try to get out of the hot seat. If they do not, and the show ends while they're still sitting on the hot seat, they are donezo for the competition. They're out. And there's 2 hot seats. So the 2 bottom traders every single day or every single show will be eliminated, and only one can be saved.
That's right. There can be only one. So like we said, survive. Survival has been something that we've talked about a lot. If you've been part of the DCA fam, survive. We want this to be high intensity. We want to remind everybody that, yes, these traders are trading live. We are putting them in bad positions. We are making this more difficult. We are doing all the things that we did before, but it's going to turn up the heat, bro, because people realize. It's not
the regular trading, bro. It's not the regular trading where people sit down, they have 6 hours to trade, and they're, being passive and very cautious. No. This is a different type of trading. This is not the type of trading that you're supposed to be doing. This is competition trading. This is you versus the guy next to you, trying to outbeat him, trying to outlast and survive the trade. You're not here. They're not here to make millions of dollars, thousands of dollars. They're not here to double up. None of that. They're just here to out trade the guy next to them. So it's going to be, all the rules of trading are going to be broken on this show to just be able to survive.
Yeah. It's going to be really freaking exciting. Smash the like if you haven't already, if you love the idea. Let me see some ones in the chat if you love the new format of survival. We do have a new exchange that we are working with. We'll introduce all of that. We got a lot of really cool stuff that's happening that have all been for the betterment of the show. We want this show to stand on its own 2 feet and entertain each and every one of you. And then also, hey, learn some trading stuff along the way. Though rules will be broken, traders will still use a lot.
You will learn what not to do.
You will learn what not to do. Yeah, I'm super freaking excited about it, dude. It's gonna turn up the heat on everyone because everyone knows, oh shoot, like I can literally get kicked off the freaking show.
Yeah, it's do or die. It's not, oh, I'm guaranteed to be here all four episodes or all 8 episodes or whatever. There's no guarantee of nothing. You better step up to the plate or you're out.
And then the other exciting part is, maybe if your favorite trader is one that's on the chopping block, we're going to give you guys the opportunity to save that trader as a group, as a vote. Maybe you liked the trades that they did on that day. Maybe you thought they just were funny that day on the show, or maybe for whatever reason, maybe you just love that person. You guys are going to have the opportunity as an audience to vote. Hey, who gets to stick around and have an opportunity to redeem themselves on some 1v1s? So, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Did we cover that? Did we cover how the redemption works?
Yeah. Yep. I told them at the end of the show, 2 people gone. 1 person gets to be voted to be saved. They'll be doing one-on-ones on Thursdays to try to basically go through the bracket, if you will, of 1v1s to get to the end. And then the final at the end, there will be 3. So it will be 5 weeks long. So you start off at 10. It'll be 10, 8, 6, 4, and then 3, because there's going to be the 1v1s on Thursdays. So yeah, it's going to be super dope. Smash those likes. And hey, super chats, guys, just a reminder, we are taking the super chats for the wheel for Flipper Hodl. It's going to be $4,000 the next time we play. Hoping to play this Friday. If not, it'll be next Friday. But either way, $4,000 is on the line. So I don't know where else you can put in a few to $100 or whatever for the opportunity to win $4,000. But this is one of those places. So, and if you're a member, you get twice
money away. We give money away on this channel. We don't use it to buy subs. I can tell you that.
No comment. So let's talk about it, right?
No comment for Obama.
No comment from Obama. All right, so let's talk about this. The ETF delay, or the possible delay, right? So it says the spot Bitcoin ETF is not impossible, but unlikely the delay of it. The Matrix report claiming that the US SEC will reject spot ETFs shocked the crypto world. That was the big drop that we were talking about. From a political perspective, there's no reason to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF that would legitimize Bitcoin. That would legitimize Bitcoin as an alternative store of value. The report claimed Bitcoin has since rebounded slightly to 5% over the day at 42.5. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Eric I always forget how to say his name, but Balkunis, I think, told Blockworks that without any sourcing, the report does not line up with what Bloomberg intelligence has been reporting. I'm not saying it's impossible, he said, but it would overturn a lot. However, if there's sourcing backing up the report, then it's a whole different ballgame. So, yeah, I don't know. I understand the idea behind them saying it legitimizes Bitcoin. This is something that we've talked about. This is part of the reason why they fought this for a long time, because the moment they spit out an ETF, now you have Wall Street saying, hey, Bitcoin is the real deal, right? That's right. And that's looking like what's going to happen. Dude, what percent? They've been putting like a 90% chance on approval. On the news. What do you think? What do you think that there's a chance that this whole thing has been news ridden, running up to use people as exit liquidity in just kind of a backhanded manner? And he's frozen. So I will tell you, I would not put it past our news, our media to play games. Oh, I see his eyes moving. He's back. Are you back? Would you put it past our news media to do that? Could you hear me, by the way?
No, I didn't hear anything you said, but I'm assuming you asked me something about the ETF denial.
Would you put it past our media to basically play games with everyone, let the prices run up, and then say, haha, gotcha?
I wouldn't put anything past them, right? Never underestimate the end.
Oh my gosh, guys. I apologize to each and every one of you. Oh, I thought he was going to be back. Okay. What he started to say was, I would never put anything past the enemy, which is the, Fed, effectively, the centralized banking system. They have been, they've been anything but. And Crusaders Frozen right now because he is currently trying to buy as much XRP as possible. His computer actually is freezing out because he's so excited about how much XRP he's going to be able to load into his bags. Oh boy. Wow, that just about kicked me out. We got some craziness going on here. I'm not sure what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen, but I know that that the good Lord is going to allow this stream to keep going. All right, so let's keep it rocking and rolling. I think that the news media could absolutely play that game. Glad that everybody can see me now. Drop a 1 in the chat, assuming that everybody's still here and you guys can see me, please. Johnny B. Bad said, it's my Wi-Fi. Sorry. We're actually operating not on Wi-Fi. We are wired in. So one of us is having a little bit of a connection issue with the internet. Okay, everybody can see me. Cool. See lots of 1s. All right, let's keep it rocking. So reminder, season 3, January 15th, 2024, obviously, at 1:30 p.m. for Trading Wars. New format. If you didn't hear the new format, check out what I said earlier in the show. Maybe rewatch the last 15 minutes or so. And Flipper Hodl coming up. $4,000 on the line. It keeps kicking you out, and then when it brings you back, Crusader, it literally puts your name in as keeper. Oh, he's frozen again. Okay. This is absolute chaos. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's talk about Polkadot. So Polkadot, my friends, this is an asset that you don't hear us talk about a lot, but definitely an important part of the crypto ecosystem, just because it's kind of been quiet recently. It says Polkadot, DOT being the ticker, gears up to outshine rivals Solana and Avalanche in 2024. Polkadot's price surged 48% in 30 days, now trading at $8.13, but faces resistance near $9.20. DOT's Dot's recent bearish trend might reverse with dropping open interest, signaling possible uptick. DOT has made a name for itself with substantial price surge in those last 30 days. Currently trading $8.72 and boasting a market cap exceeding $11 billion, Polkadot has captured the attention of both traders and enthusiasts. Polkadot's native cryptocurrency has shown resilience with a gain of more than 6% in the last 24 hours, reaching $5.50 from its previous low of $3.50. So Tony, a crypto analyst, has highlighted a significant difference between Polkadot and a couple of its rivals. This is what I wanted to get into. Polkadot seems to have a clear path ahead of it, at least in terms of resistance, where Solana and AVAX have run into resistance levels in recent price movements. But closer look raises some questions about the seemingly straight line. Upon closer inspection, Polkadot's liquidation heat map shows two distinct spikes in liquidations, one at $9.20, the other at $8.60. Prices have declined due to these events, indicating that surpassing these levels will be trickier than first thought. DOT must overcome these obstacles to start a bull market in 2024. Listen, let me just say this. I like Polkadot as a project. I think Polkadot is going to do well. There have been a lot of people that have been in on DOT for, a long time. Like DOT is not DOT is not like something that we, haven't heard of or, is like some benign, cryptocurrency. Basically, Polkadot is all about connecting different blockchains. I've talked to you guys, I can't tell you how many times about this upcoming bull run being utilitarian. Well, don't you think it's really useful to be able to connect the dots, Polkadot, connecting different blockchains. The reality is there's a lot of information that flows through these different blockchains that have trouble communicating. Well, Polkadot is allowing the connection points of these different infrastructures. That's really freaking important, especially as we get farther and farther and farther into the world of crypto. I think at some point there's a possibility, and this is looking down the road, but you might be able to seamlessly move from network to network and be doing different things and not even really know that it's happening, right? Chainlink, so Todd said, isn't Chainlink kind of doing already that? No, so Chainlink is an oracle. Chainlink is bringing information that's not on the blockchain onto the blockchain. For example, the score of a basketball game, right? Let's say there's a betting platform and it's on the blockchain, and there's a basketball game happening, and the basketball game happens. The game score is not yet on chain. Chainlink is grabbing that information and putting it on chain. That's an oracle. Polkadot is actually taking different networks, different crypto networks, and connecting them to be able to communicate. So that's the difference there. You know, we like to continue to educate people. So if you're new to the space, or if you're old school and just don't know everything like Crusader does, I don't, but Crusader knows it all. Unfortunately, he's not here to speak on that, but I'm trying to give him a compliment since I know he's having a rough day back there. Yeah, we want to continue to educate. So, Todd, shout out to you. Always ask questions. These are good questions. That's a great question, and I could see the similarity in the two things that you're thinking. So, there's a lot of people bullish on Polkadot, and I think that Polkadot is going to do really well. Listen, I think that this upcoming bull market, short of you buying just a bag full of worthless, wild, flippant meme coins, I think that any of these most of the top 50 projects, a lot of them, if not all of them, probably not all of them, but most all of them that are actually solving real world problems are going to make massive, massive moves. The question will be, are you able to exit out of those moves and take profit effectively? If that's what your goal is. Maybe your goal is just to stack forever and then leverage off of your own assets. Maybe that's your goal. But if your goal is to be able to take profits, then you've got to have that game plan put together. But I believe the top 50 assets at a minimum, and really most of the markets, are going to absolutely rip when this thing takes off. And we've seen a lot happening on chain, even just right now, with just the talk of the ETF stuff happening, with the talk of the upcoming happening, with the talk of what usually is an election pump. All of these things just talking are making the markets move. Bullish said DOT has some of the best staking returns and super simple interface for it. I've heard a lot of people say the interface is really simple on that as well, Bullish. So I'm definitely with you on that. So smash the like if you haven't already. Just a reminder, guys, put in those super chats if you want your name on the wheel for Flipper Hodl. $4,000 is coming somebody's way this week. That is the game plan. So just letting you know. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, let's talk about Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, the man, the myth, the legend, is talking about selling some MicroStrategy shares. Michael Saylor said earlier that he would use the proceedings from the sales to address personal obligations and buy more Bitcoin in his personal account. MicroStrategy executive Michael Saylor began selling $216 million worth of $216 million at current prices, obviously, of company shares on Tuesday, according to regulatory filing with the US SEC. The document shows that Saylor intends to sell 310,000 shares. These shares were awarded stock options in 2014 and were set to expire in April 2024. The sales plan was disclosed a couple months ago, with Saylor saying during MicroStrategy's third quarter earnings call that he plans to sell 5,000 shares per trading day commencing January 2nd, which would be yesterday, and continuing over 4 months, subject to a minimum price condition. That quarter 10Q filing said he can sell up to 400,000 shares of his vested options through April 26th of 2024. Exercising this option will allow me, check this out, exercising this option will allow me to address personal obligations as well as acquire additional Bitcoin in my personal account, Saylor said during the call. I continue to be optimistic about MicroStrategy's prospects and should note that my equity stake in the company after these sales will remain very significant. Before I read this article, this was actually one of my questions that I had. Is Michael Saylor, is his position within MicroStrategy going to be, swayed at all, because it's a lot of shares of his company? But never fear, no, it's not. He has effectively turned MicroStrategy into a Bitcoin ETF. I've heard people talk about this before. He holds so much Bitcoin on the balance sheet of MicroStrategy, it might as well be legitimately an ETF if you're buying into MicroStrategy. Now, him selling off shares to then buy more Bitcoin means that he believes and knows that the Bitcoin, or at least he believes he knows, that the price of Bitcoin is going to heavily outperform the movement of his own company's stock prices. That's all that means. It means, hey, I'm willing to sell my shares at whatever the price is for Bitcoin. Okay. Now he knows that dumping all these shares are going to drop some of the price from his MicroStrategy bags, but he believes so heavily that the price of Bitcoin is going to appreciate so much, it is a win across the board. And I think he's right. There's not going to be many assets that are going to outperform the crypto space, if any. And Bitcoin, though it won't be the biggest mover of the upcoming bull run, even kind of, because the market cap is so significant as it is going to do huge numbers. We get so greedy in crypto, so freaking greedy, right? We look at, oh, that's only a 30% move, 50% move, 100% move. I'm looking for like 3, 4, 500x, bro. Guys, listen, that's just not a real thing that you should be looking at. Look for real deal opportunities. While it will happen, it is not the norm. But we've gotten so greedy in crypto that sometimes people miss opportunities when they smack them in the face. And I include myself in that. I have missed some large amounts of profits that I should have taken because I got greedy. So I'm not giving financial advice, but put together that game plan. I can't tell you guys that enough. Put it together, because if you don't, you're going to kick yourself later and say, man, I was just kind of riding the wave, but I had no exit strategies. It's like driving down the freeway with no exit to pull off on. You just randomly pull off somewhere. Well, it's probably not going to get you to where you're wanting to go, right? Think about it. If you have no directions at hand, you have nothing punched into the GPS, yet you have a goal, but you didn't lay out the specific goal or put the directions into the GPS. I mean, what are you going to do, right? You're going to end up getting off the wrong exit. You're going to be pissed off that you're lost, and or spend a whole bunch of time doing stuff that was frivolous and not important to the overall goal of getting where you want to get. So remember, guys, smash the like. Make sure that your bell notifications are on. I've had people tell me that the bell notifications have been magically turned off somehow. I don't know what Bitcoin's doing, or what Bitcoin. See, we speak a lot about crypto here. I don't know what YouTube is doing in the background, but people's bell notifications have been getting turned off. So make sure yours is on so that you guys know when we go live. Reminder, 1:30 p.m. It's the final time change. I apologize to everybody. 1:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. That change happened as part of what's going on with Trading Wars. Also, we had to push Trading Wars back 1 week to January 15th. So just wanted to throw that out there. Crypto Cowpoke says, just got verified in your Discord. Excuse me, Crypto Cowpoke, welcome to the fam. Appreciate each and every one of you. Katie Cakes in the house says, Keeper giving life coaching. Yes, life coaching, one of my personal specialties. Actually, no, I just have learned. Listen, let me just tell you guys something. Life coaching is probably not going to be something that I'm going to do. But what I can do is show you what not to do with a lot of years of life. Okay. I made a lot of bad decisions, and I'm hopeful that there's people in the stream that can say, hey, listen, see, so they say smart people learn from their own mistakes. Truly brilliant people learn from others' mistakes. Be brilliant, learn from others' mistakes. And I'm telling you, when I talk to you about things that I've made mistakes in crypto, I'm telling you, don't make the same mistakes. Have a game plan, set it up, do your thing. Don't get off the freeway with no directions. Don't not know where you're going, right? It doesn't end well. So I love you guys, each and every one of you in the stream, some of you more than others, but I love you all. We appreciate all the support. One with Nature says, what hardware wallet should I get? I was just talking to somebody about this earlier. There are so many options out there. I've got half a dozen hardware wallets, if not more, and most of them are different hardware wallets. It depends on what capabilities you want to have, and it depends on how secure you want that hardware wallet. So they have things that are called air-gapped hardware wallets, where legitimately something that's air-gapped is literally not at all in any type of way connected to the internet. Then you have something that on the other end of the spectrum, not the other end of the spectrum, but something like Arculus, who has, basically it's a hardware wallet that looks like a credit card, and you can tap it to your phone, and that basically says, boop, okay, here I am. I can access it. It still has all of the same, security features as other hardware wallets, just a little more accessible and usable via your mobile phone. You can use a whole laptop as your own little personal hardware wallet. You can use paper wallets. The short answer is find something that you feel like is comfortable for you, and understanding the idea of how quickly do you need access to it. What do what's your game plan with it? What's your security setup? Are you, do you have a safe in your house? Are you using a centralized option like a safety deposit box? Basically, you need to answer the questions of what your lifestyle looks like and how accessible you need that crypto. That's really what it comes down to. That's definitely it. This is what I have my dad saved in as to my phone as, and this would be maybe one of my dad's comments here. I don't think it's him, but I do have my dad saved in my phone as Daddy-O. Says, do bourbon involved mistakes count? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Unfortunately, not only the legal system, but your family will still count a mistake as a mistake if bourbon is involved. So, just a great question, right? Great question. But yes, the bourbon is definitely going to count. All right, so let's keep it rocking and rolling. Again, super chats. If you are a member, doubling them up. Put your name on the wheel. We don't have anybody on the wheel today. This will be a whole show we've gone without a super chat so far. But yeah, we're going to be playing for $4,000 coming up on, well, game plan is this Friday. It could be next Friday, but I think it's going to be this Friday. We've been doing them every single week, planning on continuing to do that. All right, so let's talk about USDC. This was big news, but there's not, I don't want you guys to get too scared here. Let me explain this. USDC stablecoin momentarily depegs to 74 cents on Binance. I want to explain how this happens. So Circle's USDC dollar peg stablecoin fell to as low as 74 cents on 3 separate occasions today, following a market-wide sell-off spurred by a report casting doubt over whether the spot ETF will be approved this month. Between 12.10 and 12.21 UTC, USDC suffered 3 spikes down to 74 cents, 80 cents, and 79 cents against its Tether, USDT, trading pair on Binance. The price immediately, this is the keyword right here. This is why this is not so freaking crazy. Immediately snapped back to $1 on all 3 occasions. This can occur right here. This can occur when a trader sells USDC for USDT, and there isn't significant liquidity to maintain that $1 peg. The 2% market depth on Binance for USDC USDT pair is skewed to the upside, with $26 million in orders stacked up to $2 and $6.1 million in orders stacked down to 98 cents. Basically, people try to arbitrage these stable coins. This means that when a trader makes a sell order larger than 6.1 million, the price would fall below 98 cents. There would be $6.2 million worth of volume at 12.10 UTC, followed by 4.3. All right, so effectively, there was a bunch of positions that were liquidated when the report came out that the SEC was going to reject a number of these spot ETF applications, okay? There have been depegs over the past few months that are a couple percent, right? But usually it's like a major event. Like there was the Silicon Valley, it's right here actually, Silicon Valley Bank. It got all the way down to 86 cents when they said that Circle had a portion of their funds backing stablecoin that was, that was, held by the bank. Usually it's going to be some sort of a mainstream event like that. The reality is, you have to decide. Stablecoins are just like, you have to still have trust in the system in some sort of way, shape, manner, form, whatever. They're still dollar backed. You still have assets that you have to effectively trust that the system is doing what the system's supposed to do. But a reminder, this was USDC to USDT, basically the peg that lost its way there. Okay. There's a lot of people that try to arbitrage these events. They'll put in buy and sell orders at ridiculous numbers, like hoping that it depegs, and they'll take advantage of that quick boom, bam, slam. All right, I'll take advantage of that little, 20% move or whatever, and they make money on it, right? And so when that does happen, there are people also trying to capitalize and arbitrage on it, but it literally snaps back so fast. Most people miss it unless they have orders in advance. One with Nature says, what exchange do you recommend? So here's what I recommend. One with Nature. I recommend you use an exchange as an exchange. And the word exchange is one to the other, to exchange something. I like to exchange on an exchange. I like to take dollars and buy cryptocurrency, exchange them for cryptocurrency. And then I don't leave my money on the exchange. It's an exchange for a reason. The reason I don't is because some of the biggest banks, traditional finance institutions in the world have collapsed with people's money. And when people are looking for their money, they're like, well, I mean, stuff happens, man. No, that's why we in crypto want to be our own bank and be in charge of our own funds. So exchange on whatever exchange you want to use, whether it's a decentralized exchange or a centralized exchange. And then I suggest, I'm not a financial advisor, okay, but I suggest moving over to a hardware wallet where it is just sitting there, not connected to the internet, just doing its own thing, just sitting there. And then at the point that you want to take some profits, send it to the exchange to exchange for dollars. That is what is an exchange is for. Exchange. So just keep in mind when you hear that word, what am I doing there? What am I doing on Coinbase? The exchange. I'm exchanging dollars for crypto or crypto for dollars, and I'm out. Now, some people will hold assets on exchanges. Actually, I know somebody in particular that holds a ton of money on an exchange, but that just, you have to understand that there is risk involved in that because, I'll just say FTX, right? Need I say more? If you've been around for any amount of time and you hear the word FTX, you're like, oh, yeah, good point, Keeper. So, but some people will keep money on an exchange to make quick movements. Maybe you've got a couple $1,000 or a couple $100 or a couple bucks, whatever, that you want to be able to move quickly, one asset to the next, or maybe you've got a little bit of money in stablecoin and you're waiting for a particular, price to hit on an asset that you want to buy, and then you can just make the move quickly. Okay, cool. But at the point that happens, I just heavily suggest you get it onto a hardware wallet from there. People like Trezor, people like Ledger, but a lot of people are upset with Ledger for some of their new updates that they have. Just ugly, right? A lot of people love Arculus. Arculus is a huge one. They have grown dramatically, and I really do think the card thing is super cool as long as you have a secure option for it. But there's a million different hardware wallets. We've got one I think is doing a custom hardware wallet for us. I'm not going to name them right now because we're waiting to get that, but that we're going to show you guys. That's air gapped. That's really cool. I mean, there is a ton of options. So just be your own bank. That is always a very important thing to do. BYOB. All right, crypto fam. Well, I love you guys. We love you. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Just remember, Trading War Season 3, January 15th, 2024, ends at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just remind you of that. And then let's see here. What else? Flipper Hodl, game plan, $4,000. That is what we are looking to give away. Hopefully somebody will win the whole freaking bag. Would love to see that. That's planning on being on this Friday. I'm trying to think if I missed anything else. Oh, just last reminder for everybody that's wondering about Trading Wars. Trading Wars, when it starts, it's going to be 10 people coming on Mondays. We're going to kick 2 people off each week. But one person's going to be able to be saved by the audience. That person that's saved will go on a 1v1 on Thursday. Those 1v1s will be effectively the losers bracket that will play through 1v1s on Thursdays. And the other people that, the person that just got kicked and didn't get voted back, well, they're gone. The person that continues to win in the losers bracket, which is the 1v1s, will then come on for the final show. There'll be 3 people on the final show to win Trading Wars. And we're super excited about it. We've got big names. We'll announce the names soon. We've got a lot happening, new exchange, lots of really good stuff. And we're going to have some little fun stuff in there, like the hot seat, where people are going to be forced to, they'll be in the bottom 2, and they're going to be forced to make some decisions and to make some profitable trades that's going to keep things alive and popping. All right, Crypto Fam. Well, we love you. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Apologize that Crusader was having some technical difficulties, but he will be back tomorrow. Question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon.